keeping this lighthearted because you stressing me out. You making me want to go to custody court.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go to custody court. Don't.
Because why would you? Oh, God, Ellen, you was causing me depression.
So, I'm sorry, my bad. Mate, you shouldn't meet people on Tinder because this is what happens. Should meet people on Tinder.
So I had to watch that before we recorded this episode because I've been seeing people talking about it on social media. And I don't know. No, we didn't do an episode on dating apps. We did somebody else's podcast about dating apps, right? Mm-hmm. Let me just say, I'm not surprised about like that has happened because people on dating apps are fucking weird. They are weird. And you can be anybody that you want to be on social media, but you absolutely can be anybody that you want to be on like dating apps. And some people are so desperate just to find somebody that I absolutely believe everything that this man that they let this man do to him. And that's some scary shit.
Well, I think number one, I think that no black women would have fell for that shit. That's number one. Okay. We are well versed in scammers and scamming and what that looks like. And he fit every damn profile from jump. Okay. Spoiler alert. Okay. So if you ain't seen it, skip ahead. I can't tell you where, but skip ahead somewhere. This dude here was wilding. Okay. Okay. And I'm not even mad at dude. I'm not mad at dude. He didn't wind and dine these chicks for a month, rode them around in Rolls Royces and Bentleys, and they, oh my God, they think they done made it. I done found the one. I done met the son of a diamond billionaire. I'm out here. He done got me on a private jet. He done banged me down the second night. And now you're $150,000 in debt. How? How did you go from private jets and 5-star hotels with 10-course meals to $150,000 in debt?
Now, if you notice, folks, I haven't said anything for the past 15 minutes. All I'm going to say is this reminds me of an episode that I saw on Proud Family. The Proud Family. I like this show. Go ahead, Aya.
I want to know. This, I mean,
people love to be sold a fucking dream. Like all logic goes out the window when you're being sold a dream. There's no logic. Like it's all bullshit. Like it's almost like I don't even know. But there's no logic when you are being sold a dream and you believe the shit.
On some serious shit though, it was a Proud Family episode where Sugar Mama got with a dude who did all this shit, and then he forgot that he was somebody else and some shit, and she kind of got played, and she paid for everything too. That's dude all I can say about it.
Hella chicks though. He was telling the chicks like different stories. I want to know how he kept up with which girl he was telling what, bro. Like
the dude on Proud Family was the same thing.
Bro, how do you dude? They said it's estimated that he got over $10 million from these women, bro.
This was a brother.
He's in his early 30s. Nah, white boy. He's Israeli. He's Israeli.
Oh, okay.
He changed his name.
So technically, he's a man of color. The man of color.
He's not an FBA. I got you.
I'm just saying, he is a man. He is a person of color.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, yeah, but he's not a foundational Black American. That's what I'm trying
to say. And he was, he was scamming these white women. So right on for Black History Month.
You could have been next.
Because I'm white. I gotta keep reminding y'all that I'm white.
Hey yo, like I just
but people love to be, people just love there's no way. This is like the Friar Festival scandal of dating apps. Okay, it's exactly
I disagree. I disagree because the Friar Festival didn't happen. This shit actually happened. He got that shit off
and
through the app.
People, they got that shit off too and got them people money. That's what I'm saying. This man was elaborately scamming these people. Like, I was listening to these women's stories and I was like, how?
But here, based on what you said, what y'all said about the story, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. You know, hey, we'll live in a fantasy for a while. It's just gonna cost you. So the fantasy happened until the motherfucker got the receipt. That shit happened.
Yeah. I want to take this a step further. Okay.
Oh Lord.
And I want to say this completely support my theory that women love dudes with money and they don't care. And there's nothing wrong. Let's clarify this first, because these are generalizations that I'm going to say are facts. But anyway, let's clarify this. So there's nothing wrong with having preferences, blah blah blah. I like men with money, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's get that out the way. Okay, I don't subscribe to the whole she's a gold digger. Like, that just ain't me. But I think that for me, I think women say, "Oh, I want security and I want this," but security is not a trip to Maui. Security is not a hut at the Maldives. Security is not.
Thought it was Maldives.
Maldives, you're right. I said,
oh my God, you niggas.
Maldives.
You have some of these motherfuckers thinking they bungee jumping at the Galleria. Come on.
Maldives, what's that? It is Maldives. You're absolutely right. It's not a weekend in Vegas spending $25,000. It's well, I can't speak for that because I'm not a woman, but I can tell you what it ain't. Okay, and this gentleman here then met these women. Like, number one, okay, we live in St. Louis, all right, and how many women have been to Ruth's Chris in Clayton or Capitol Grill or whatever, right?
That's top tier.
Top tier. Okay? And then see the same dude in the club with his boys scrapping up for a bottle. All right. I said that to say this. Everything in glitter ain't gold, and y'all knew that shit. But when you think it is, and you unwrap that, and that shit's sitting in the middle, I can't feel bad for you. No, it's scammers there. We got some scammers here.
But you know what though? It go the same for brothers too.
It does.
Like, it does. You know, you see the sister with what they getting now, Harlem, the BBLs, the McDLTs. Let me be politically correct.
The BLTs.
And then the shit look all
booty leg.
Yeah. Right.
Booty leg size.
So it's the shortcut. You know what I'm saying? And salute, like, you know, woman, do your thing. You know, that's on you. I'm pro-choice. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But do buy into all of that shit. And then then the loving is trash.
You said what you said.
Hey, man. It's all in the fantasy until the reality hits, man. That's all.
So what you're saying is that people don't date the person. They date the fantasy.
Stupid motherfuckers don't date the person, they date the fantasy. That's what I'm saying. For the record.
Okay. I'll go with it.
Okay. Now, I agree. I mean, like, with what AI is saying, and I think women, men, we all have played that game. I always say, now this is the reading rainbow moment of the show. When you fuck with yourself, you know what the fuck to expect from others. Because you fuck with yourself. You don't have to be in a fantasy. You are your fantasy. That's just me.
Okay.
I'm still here to say that I don't think any sisters would have fell for that shit.
I don't think a goddamn black. I think a sister would have figured that shit out from.
Because let me tell
No.
you something.
Go ahead.
Let me
Go ahead,
tell
Harlem.
you.
I'm gonna let Harlem take that.
Because what's a red flag? What's a red fucking flag? And I know that y'all boy gonna come for me when I say this, and I do not care. A man asking a woman for money, it is a fucking red flag because number one, you crossed over, jumped over, bounced over about 5 different other people before you decided to ask a woman for some money, especially a large sum of money.
Let's
or
go.
You nickeling and diming her, hey babe, you got $100 until nigga you don't go to work.
Hold on. Could I just piggyback off of it? Because we're going to speak power to truth, or is it truth to power? Whatever the fuck. 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, you so right that he had hollered at his homeboy, letting him know he was getting ready to ask you for that shit.
That's what I'm saying. And I get it. Like sometimes, people fall on hard times and you got to do what you got to do. I'm all for, being supportive of your man. But this man, as we have known, had this elaborate lifestyle because he was getting money from one chick to be able to impress another chick. And he kept bouncing. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's smart. It's very fucking smart. But again, like y'all said, a sister, we would have been like, excuse me? Bro, you just was in a jet. We just was eating 30-course meals in Dubai. Now you asking me for $250,000? I think the fuck not. I'm skeptical if you asking me for 20 or 40. What you need it for? Because on our first date, you just took me down here to, the Moonrise rooftop and spent some hundred. So now you asking me for $40? Something ain't right in the tea. Something ain't right.
Boy kept talking about his enemies. that was the funniest shit.
Yeah, he got stabbed and punched in the head. Like, it was just too much. But they was falling for it. And that women do that. Thin line women. But you know what? Women fall for the okie doke because, like Rashad said, you're falling in love with the fantasy. So I'm going to believe you and I'm going to believe what you're telling me because I'm in love with this facade, this fantasy that you put in front of me. And now I'm in too deep.
I mean, let me ask y'all a question. When women dress up and go out, who are they dressing for?
Men.
Who they dressing up for?
Say men.
It's men.
I always
Somebody's going to come
women.
for us.
But you know what? I was just getting ready to say sometimes it is for other women. I would definitely say that. If I'm going somewhere, whether, my man is there or not, if I know I'm going to see other bitches that might be, a little bit of a little bit in my league. Okay, let me step it up a little bit.
Okay, you dress for, it's all part of the fantasy. That's why, like, one thing, now, Harlem, tell me if I'm wrong. Now, listeners, it's about to get real deep and watch what Harlem says. And you may learn something tonight because she's going to tell you the truth. Harlem,